Students, welcome to our geography class. All of us know that we have started with the revision of our first chapter, the Earth and the Gratitude. Today, we will continue with the same chapter, revising the next part of the lesson. But before I start with the lesson, I would like to give you all some instructions, and those are this video. As you know, we have assignment, but for this time I have given you assignment in the format of a test. That means the test which you will be giving in the class test. Okay, similar kind of test I will be giving you for practice for this particular video. To view that test, when you open your LMS, you have various content, like you have my content, you have my assignment. Similarly, you have option over there as my test. So you have to click on my test, and there you will find the test for this particular video. So I request all of you to please watch the video, understand the video carefully, and then solve the test given in my test section. In the last video that we revised the lesson, we have learned the two parts of the earth, which are made up of water and land. Then we learned about the 7 continents on the earth. We learned about the 5 oceans on the earth, and we also learned about the distance from North Pole to South Pole of the earth, as well as from west to east. This is what we learned or we revised in the previous video. Today we will continue with the next part of the lesson. We revised ourselves by learning the parallels of latitude. That means we have learned the slipping lines or the vertical lines which do not intersect or do not meet each other are called as parallels of latitudes. This is what we have learned in the previous video. Let us now move ahead by learning the meridians of longitudes. Semicircles that can be drawn from each degree are called as meridians of longitudes. You can see over here the semicircles which are drawn from North Pole to the South Pole are called as meridians of longitudes. Now these lines you can see over here, they meet each other or they intersect each other. Therefore they are not called as parallels, but they are called as meridians of longitude. So remember, in simple terms, the standing lines or these vertical lines on the earth are called as the longitudes. Prime meridian is the longest meridian on the earth. That means we have learned about the equator as the largest parallel. Similarly is the prime meridian. This red color line you can see over here is the longest meridian or longitude on the earth. 0 degree meridian is known as the prime meridian. That means this degree which starts from exact North Pole, which passes through the center of the earth, and that is called 0 degree, and that meets the South Pole is called as the prime meridian. That means prime meridian is also called as the 0 degree meridian because it passes through the center. You will see these meridians do not pass through center of the earth, but only this red color, the prime meridian, which passes through center of the earth, is called as the prime meridian. Prime meridian are always measured in degrees. Now these semicircles divide the earth into 2 equal parts, which are eastern and western. We learned about equator. Equator divides the earth into 2 parts, which were northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. This is what the equator. But this is the prime meridian that divides the earth into 2 vertical parts. Those are western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. So children, remember, equator divides the earth into 2 parts, which are northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, and this prime meridian that divides the earth vertically, that is western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. So you can see over here this red line called as prime meridian divides the earth into western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. Now the distance between these 2 parallels and meridians is 111 kilometers. That means the distance between these 2 parallels is how many kilometers? 111 kilometers, and here also. Okay. Each degree is divided into 60 minutes and 60 seconds. That means as we go upwards, we realize they are divided in terms of 60 minutes and 60 seconds. So this is a symbol to write minutes, and this is a symbol to write the seconds. You can see over here, this is our earth, and this vertical lines or standing lines in simple terms are called as the meridians of longitudes, whereas the stepping lines or the horizontal lines which do not intersect or do not meet each other are called as latitudes or parallels of latitudes. So we have learned the two parts of the earth is made up of parallels of latitude. That means the simple or stepping lines on the earth are called as the parallels of latitudes, and meridians of longitude means standing lines on the earth are called as the meridians of longitudes. You can see over here, this is how our earth is made up of. It is made up of latitude and longitudes together form a net, and that is exactly our earth looks like. It is made up of latitudes and longitudes. Now, the graticule. The parallels and meridians on the globe form a net, and that is called as a graticule. You'll see over here, you can see various standing lines are there, slipping lines are there, or there are parallels and there are meridians. Together, it looks like a net, and that is called as a graticule. So, our graticule or our earth is made up of latitudes and longitude. It looks like a net, and that is called as a graticule. Graticule facilitates the location of a place. Like for example, if I have to locate a particular place on the earth, we'll see with the help of latitudes and longitudes, I'll be able to understand or locate the various countries of the world. So based on the graticule, with the help of latitudes and longitudes, I understand which country is located where. Latitudes and longitudes are used for determining the location on the earth. I just told you, this is the earth, for example, look like a net. So you can see these various colorful things shown over here are example of various countries. So from this we understand on which hemisphere, is it the northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, or where exactly the countries are being located. So with the help of this, latitudes and longitudes, we determine the location on the earth. Geographical Information System, GIS. Now, you know what is the meaning of GIS. Now, for example, if you want to know any information of anything about the world, you just have to go on the Google and you get what you want to know. That is called as Geographical Information System. This is an app through which we understand whatever is happening in various parts of the world. That is called as Geographical Information System, GIS. This is how whatever we want to know throughout the world, we get about it. That is called as Geographical Information System, GIS. And next is Global Positioning System, GPS. I think everybody is familiar with GPS. What is GPS now? Now, for example, you have to go to an unknown place and you don't know how to go there. You don't know the routes or the place how to go there. On mobile, you have something called as this kind of icon you will see, that is GPS. This helps us to understand, to go to a place of which we don't know the exact route of. That is called as Global Positioning System. It helps to understand the position, the place where it is, and that is called as GPS. It is set up in all the smartphones these days. So technology is now available on mobile phones and motor cars. So if you travel in cars or in mobile phones also, you have this GPS which help us to take to a place, unknown place, which we don't know the route or how to go about. So this is how we have our chapter first revision. Students, I request you to please watch both the videos, the previous video and this video very carefully and solve the test which is given to you in my test. Remember, we don't have test in assignment, rather we have test in the my test. So all of you please watch the video and solve the test given to you. Thank you. We will continue. We'll revise chapter 2 in the next week on Tuesday. Thank you.